it's Bots and Matt with Bots and Racing. And what a day we had yesterday. Thesis at 14-1, 1 each way. And we had Claymore 8-1 each way. And we had Kyprios at 13-8 winner. Mawj Star each way coming second. He could even won that race. We had Ropey Guest at 33s, finishing second in a big handicap on the last race yesterday. And we had Crispy Cat in the first, which finished third each way at 10s. However, it's one of those, I want to know what your guys' opinions were. Obviously, we got massively impeded by the Riddler. The jockey's been hit with a 10-day ban, but the students have not overturned the results. And I think it was one of those where you can't conclusively say who would have won that race. Yes, Wallbank finished second. We also hit the line very, very well. Brave Nation was travelling very, very well. And again, also the winner in that race did win in by a length and a half. So it's one of those, well, where would you put the Riddler? Would he finish second or third, or not even in the top three? And again, it's one of those, you can't definitively say who won that race. You can't definitively say where the Riddler would have placed. And you can't definitively say what the outcome would have been if there wasn't any hampering or, interference between other horses. Bit disappointing, but that is horse racing. You can't get too mad about it, and it's just one of those things you've got to get used to and just put it past you, even though we had a really, really good day. So let's move on to the day 4, the Friday, the first race, which is the Albany Stakes, and I'm gone with a favourite here with Mawj, currently 15-8 with 365, and I think this horse has got a cracking chance of winning. She won really impressively on her debut over at Newmarket, over 6 furlongs on this ground. Again, winning by nearly 5 lengths. Really, really impressive, and this horse can definitely improve further. She looks like a great type, and again, it's one of those where you're taking a chance on the improver and not the horse with the decent form. Meditate would be the standout piece of form alone. However, I'm just going with the improver, and again, hopefully this improver can step up again at 15-8 with Saeed bin Saror. And the other horse I was looking at was Power Dress, but this horse has been withdrawn now. So then I was looking between the other two, which I had Power Dress or Fully Wet. And now obviously Fully Wet is the only one I would have backed each way in this race. Currently 11-1. Again, only one run on debut, one over Goodwood, 6 furlongs. On good to soft though. So the ground is unknown whether he will suit the good to soft. She would suit the good to soft, I should say. And it's just one of those you just got to take a chance with. Again, very, very impressive last time out. Could improve nicely as well. But just kind of taking a bit of a chance on this horse. The only problem is the jockey and the trainer. Frankie DETTORI is on board and John Gosden is the trainer. It's one of those days yesterday, Frankie just wasn't having it. So maybe he sort of talks to himself and says, look, I need to sort of get my reputation back. And maybe he'll start off today with a winner with Fully Wet. Fingers crossed the ground's okay for her and she can go well. She is drawn 17, so she will have that rail. So that's obviously a plus as well, so drawn well. Okay, moving on to the next race. And it is the 3:05, the Commonwealth Cup. And I've gone with 2 horses in here. Firstly is Go Bears Go. I think this horse has got a great chance. Definitely one that I've been keeping the tracker for a long while. Again, this horse run over 5, has run over 7. I think his trip is definitely the 6, and he's run over Ascot on this ground in his penultimate run. So he's got course and distance form on the 27th of April, beats Hierarchy by a length and a half. He's also finished a length behind Perfect Power, and he's also finished pretty well in this race, in his last time out race over at Haydock. Now that Group 2 was a bad run for Go Bears Go, because he sort of stumbled at the start. So it was quite nice the fact that he came back, and he was travelling really, really well. It's just one of those things, you never know if he broke well, that he would have gone and won that race. He's finished only a length behind, 2 lengths I should say, behind the winner in the end. But it's one of those, if he breaks well, I think that horse could have won easily. It's just one of those, that's horse racing, isn't it? Breaks are massive, and hopefully we can break well. Drawn 4, so again, it's one of those where we have seen quite a few far rail winners, but not many. The order has been from the bottom. So again, draw is a bit of an issue. However, the form reads really, really well. So I can't fathom why he's a bit too big in my opinion. 9-1 each way. I'm going to go with 365, offering five places at 9-1, and I think you might as well just back that because you can get bog as well. Best odds, and you can get bog, so I'd take that if I were you guys. And the other horse in this race I picked is Sacred Bridge. Now, sort of bounced back to form last time out in the listed fillies race, and this horse has also finished 2 lengths behind the Irish Guineas winner, which was Homeless Songs. Now, it's one of those races where you sort of got to watch it back to actually learn anything about this race, or that penultimate race. Now, he did sort of sit off the pace. He then switched right and sort of came like 4 or 5 wide, and then he tried to sort of make any headway, but he just didn't. He couldn't reach the leaders. Now, if he wasn't like right at the back, I reckon he could have come a lot closer to Homeless Songs. He's also gone and won the Guineas by like 5 lengths. Now, this horse, if was around, third or fourth coming around the bend, could have stayed on and won the race, in my opinion. Up to you guys what you thought about that penultimate race, but I definitely think he can. Now, that was over 7 furlongs, so he's obviously stayed on well, but this is a stiff track, and usually the stiff 6 usually means any form over 7 is pretty good. Now, that penultimate run was very, very good on good ground. Now, good to firm ground isn't his strongest thing. Having looked through his form, why only 1 run over 6 on good to firm ground over Newmarket, and he's finished 8 lengths off of Tenebrism. Now, he was that favourite that day, but a lot of things could be a reason why he didn't go that well. Again, I think the jockey said something about that just a flat performance. It wasn't that great, and there was no reason why Sacred Bridge run to that low or that subpar performance. So yeah, I don't understand why she's 25. Again, looking over the form, the 2 runs she's had this season have been really, really impressive. 2 lengths behind Homeless Songs, as I said, was really, really good. And then going to win over 5.5 over at Cork last time out, beating Ladies Church, is a nice bit of form as well. Colin Keane on board, who's won a few races at Ascot so far, so it's a good plus. And I think at 25s each way, it's a decent bet. 365 again, offering 5 places, best odds guaranteed, and I'd take that in a heartbeat, to be honest. So moving on to the next race, it is 340, and we've gone with 2 here again. It's a Duke Under Stakes here, and I've gone with Candleford. Now, this horse definitely is a horse to make a note of. It's beating Coltrane. Again, Coltrane's won at the festival so far, and he's beaten Coltrane by 3 lengths. Now, it was on the all-weather. However, he has got form over Ascot, and he came 4th. Well, I say 4th. I think he got disqualified in that race. He finished 4 lengths off Chalkstream. However, that was, quite a way back, and he hasn't run since over this appearance. Now, it's a bit of an interesting one why William Haggard hasn't had given that run before. Now, it's maybe due to the fact that he hasn't had a chance, or he wasn't performing well at home, so he needed that a little bit longer just to settle him in. But he's coming here fresh. He's coming here, not raced in a good while. And he's also drawn 18 of 18, which is good because, again, he's going to get that rail. And at 7-1, I think he's got a cracking chance of winning. Up £6 from that run last time out, and I think he could be well handicapped. Must be a reason why William Haggard decided not to run him until today. Now, it could be either one of things. He could think he hasn't got really of a chance to sort of settle him in, and maybe there's something else that's a target. But again, this is a Class 2 and it's Royal Ascot, so it must be a reason why he's entered this horse. I think he must have a good chance. Again, the yard's flying at the moment, and I'm sure he's going to be prepped right for this race, and hopefully he can get it done. Now, it's an interesting one. Again, as I said, I keep saying it's an interesting because this horse was raised £6 from that previous run. Now, I think Coltrane's now rated Oh, I couldn't even think of, probably about 103 maybe. He's rated 98. Okay, so still though, it's still good, but obviously Candleford is now rated 91 still. So he's got definitely a chance of repeating that piece of form. It's whether they can transfer that all weather skills over to the turf, and fingers crossed he can. 7-1. I'm not too sure whether to back this straight win or not, but again, 365 are the best odds again by far. The only bookie was 7-1. And 6 places, so if you do want to go each way, I'd recommend going with them. So Candleford at 7s should go well. Now, the next horse as well is Contact for Ben Curtis and David Barron. Again, horse that is probably underlooked. 3 runs this season and all been very, very good. Finished length behind Get Shirty, and Get Shirty's again gone to win at the festival on day 1. And then he's gone and won 2 races after that, over at Newmarket and Haydock, both over the trip. Both on good ground though, not good to firm. So the question is, will his best form be on good to firm? Who knows? Again, drawn 16, so again, drawn very, very well, next to Candleford, or near Candleford I should say. Ben Curtis also has won a winner, so, you know, he's got that, you know, jockey and experience, and obviously he knows how to win. And I think this horse could get a hat-trick here today. Hat-trick bid, only raised £6 from last time out, and, you know, it should be a major player, definitely, again, in this race. Okay, moving on to the next one. It is the Coronation Stakes, and this horse I'm going to tip first is Prosperous Voyage. Now, this horse is definitely well overpriced, in my opinion. It's currently 9-1. If you look at his form, there's a lot of seconds in there. He's got seconditis, and he's been finishing second to Innsbruck twice. And Innsbruck has had a bit of a setback coming here, and this is his first race of the season. Now, she is one I've sort of looked to oppose in this race, just purely for the fact that she has a concern of whether she's ready or fit for this race. I'm not too sure if connections have said anything about it, but the drift is very alarming, which suggests she won't win. Now, she's also finished a neck behind Cachet, Prosperous Voyage. Definitely caught the eye again, Cachet, in that Guineas Stakes. And I think, again, could go well. She definitely is one to keep an eye on. And definitely at 9-1, I think is a good price. Now, there's a few horses in here that should go well as well each way, like that Mangosteen should run well. Tenebrism, I think, should run well, even though that poor performance last time out. Definitely think it was there must have been a reason why she weren't running well. And I think Prosperous Voyage, again, at 9-1 is a great price. She's come like a neck behind Cachet, who won the 1,000 guineas, and Cachet's gone and won a run over at Longchamp, finishing ahead behind Mangosteen. So again, there's going to be a bit of form. So it's going to be very, very tight for the places, I reckon. She's still got a chance of winning, but, you know, I think she places, and that's profit. The other horse in this race, Pizza Bianca at 16s. I think this horse at Del Mar, when I backed it last year, definitely caught the eye. She was sort of wiggling her way through, she was from the back, and she was wiggling her way through a lot of horses to come in and eventually finish first in that race, which is very, very impressive. Now, if she can do that sort of level of form again, and that was at a Group 1 fillies as well, if she can do that and represent that level of form again, I think she's got a great chance. I haven't been following her the last 2 runs over in America, which is a bit annoying. But I think she's got a good chance of winning and repeating that form over at Del Mar. Hopefully she's been running pretty well. And again, it's one of those I'm just taking a chance on because the US horses haven't been doing that well. And it's just backing it just purely because of what I saw at Del Mar. It was very, very impressive. And she can really, recreate that run. I'll be very, very happy. So moving to the next race, 16s by the way, with 365. Moving to the next race. And it is the Sandringham Stakes. I've got 3 horses in here. I've got Heredia, and that's both Richard Hannon and Sean Levy. Again, this horse, very, very impressive. Again, last time out, slowly away, and then it's gone to win on over at York. Step up and trip should suit. Stayed on really, really nicely. And again, if breaks well, should go and win this race and put it to bed. 9-2 with 365, or Ladbrokes if you want to go each way. Sky Bet have offering 8 places for 4-1 if you want that sort of guaranteed money back, pretty much. If you want to go each way, but I'll be back in a straight win. I think this will win. 3 from 3. Should go and win really. Drawn well as well. The other horse, or the other 2 horses I've got, is Gatecrasher Girl. Ben Cursor is aboard again. I think this horse is well overpriced at 22s. I was just looking for an each way chance in this in these big handicaps, and I think 22-1 on the Gatecrasher is way too big. It's won 3 handicaps, so form suggests that it's well open to improvement again. Some form boosted as well with Volos, I should say, and Aguaplano. Aguaplano is definitely a horse that should have won that race, and if you look through its form, Aguaplano definitely screams that this horse is well handicapped, I should say. Bit of a disappointing run, so happy that Gatecrasher Girl won that race. So fingers crossed Gatecrasher Girl can improve again. Drawn 28 again, right by the rail, which luckily is a good thing. I didn't really notice the draw was that good. So 22-1 should go well, Gatecrasher Girl. And the last horse is with David O'Meara and Danny Tullope, and that is Love Interest. Again, decent bit of form. The penultimate run was eye-catching, finishing 6 lengths behind Nashwa. Nashwa's gone and then won, came third in the, I think it was the Oaks, behind Tuesday and Emily Upjohn. And this is well overpriced again at 25s. Again, bit of a disappointing run at York last time out, but I think Good to Firm is her preference for sure. And Love Interest at a decent price at 25s could get it done. The draw is an issue. She's definitely progressing with each run, I would say. I do think that the last run was a bit disappointing, but this should be an easier task, definitely, considering running up against the opposition she's run against, and definitely improving. 25-1 with 365 top 6. Should go well, definitely. So moving on to the next race, it is the penultimate race of the day. It is the King Edward VII Stakes, and I've gone with Ottoman Fleet, a horse that I think is improving with each run. 2 runs so far, finishing second on debut and finishing first last time out. Now this horse did run over at mile 2 on Good to Firm ground. Won that cosily. Likely to step up and trip and sort of continue that performance. So hopefully he can sort of progress and improve and stay that trip. You never know. Currently 2-1 with the Appleby Yard. 365 I've got him priced at 2s. I'll be backing that all day long. Change of the guard, I'm not too sure, I'm not too keen on. And Lysander, I just heavily oppose. So that just leaves Ottoman Fleet, and this horse should go and win. Keeping it brief, keeping it short, and it should win. Okay, moving on to the last race of the day, and it is the Palace of Holy Road House Stakes, the handicap. Now, I've gone with a horse that's massively drifted in the market, and it will probably continue to drift, but I can't understand why. Now, Ruthin ran at Ascot last year in this festival. I'm not too sure what race it was, but I think it was a listed race. And it was a bit of a disappointing race because he was favourite at 3s, and he's finished 3 lengths behind Chipotle. Frankie Dettori was on board. Now, again, I don't think it was that bad of a run, really. However, Ruthin's then gone to win at 5.5 furlongs over in Keeneland, which suggests he can stay a bit of the trip, considering that the reason why he didn't win over at Ascot last year was because of the trip, because 5 furlongs over at Ascot is completely different to, Keeneland or Goodwood or Newmarket, because it's stiff. And the fact that he's won over at Keeneland at 5.5 suggests he could be improving, and his reappearance as a 3-year-old should suggest that this is going to be a good run. Now, Ired Ortiz Jr. is on board. Again, the jockey's not been performing that well, and Wesley Ward's hasn't been performing that well anywhere near before his usually like he does anyway. I think he's got a good chance. Ruthin again, 14s with bookmakers at the moment, 365, 7 places, 14s with Ruthin, and I definitely think it's a cracking price. And again, finished 7th over at a festival last year. Maybe he should finish 2nd or 3rd in my opinion, and hopefully he could run. Again, drawn 17, so he's going to be nearish the main group, and I can't understand why it's so big. Lots of speed. Can she stay on? Yes, she can, in my opinion. The other horse is Shamlaan. Jack Mitchell on board for the Kevin Philippart de Foy yard. And again, it's one of those horses that you just got to take a chance on. Penultimate run was the one that caught my eye, finishing a neck in front of Sir Henry Cotton on good to firm ground over at Goodwood. And it's just one of those I'm trying to take a punt on. Drawn 1, so it's drawn very, very far away. Maybe it can stay on and run a decent race. So Shamlaan at 20 to 1. What bookmaker has the biggest odds? Yes, yeah, again, 365, 7 places. There you go. Okay, and that is it. That is the tips for Friday, day 4. And hopefully we can get some more winners today. Fingers crossed. And yeah, I'll see you guys on tomorrow for the last day of the festival. Hopefully I'll be recording it with even more grins on my face after having a couple more winners. Can't promise it though, can't say we will have a lot of winners today, but hopefully we do. So yeah, peace out guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.